Hi everybody, I'm Mrs Wood and I'm going to be your teacher on a Thursday and Friday when you come back to school in September. Until then, I thought it'd be really nice to share a story with you, and it's called What Friends Do Best. And it's all about how sometimes when things get a little bit tricky, it's really important to remember to ask for help. Let's have a look. Lots of pages to start off. Winston was great at building things. He was always building something for somebody. He had built a car for himself, a boat for Alice, and a motorbike for Ralph. He had built them all by himself. "Building things is what I do best," said Winston proudly, and everyone agreed. One morning, Ralph and Alice popped by and found Winston in his workshop, looking very pleased with himself. "I'm going to build something big," Winston told them, and he showed them a drawing. "That is really big," said Alice. "Are you sure you can build it all by yourself?" "Of course," said Winston. "Building things is what I do best." The next morning, 3 trucks arrived and delivered hundreds of bits and pieces. Some of the bits were very large and difficult to carry. "Can I help?" asked Ralph. "I'm good at carrying large things." "It's all right," said Winston. "I can do it myself." But some of the bits were so large that Winston couldn't carry them. The next day, Winston started sorting through the smaller pieces. Some of the pieces were very tiny and difficult to find. "Can I help?" asked Alice. "I'm good at finding small things." "It's all right," said Winston. "I can do it myself." But some of the pieces were so tiny that Winston couldn't find them at all. A week went by and Ralph and Alice began to get worried. They hadn't seen Winston for days. "He's never been so long to build anything before," said Ralph. "He's never built anything this big before," said Alice. "Let's make sure he's all right." They found Winston sitting on the floor of his workshop, surrounded by all the bits and pieces. Everything looked much the same as it had a week ago, except for Winston, who looked very miserable. "Winston," said Alice, "what's the matter?" "Everything," said Winston. "Look at all these bits and pieces. Half of them are too large to carry and the other half are too small to find." "So you haven't built anything?" said Ralph. "No," said Winston, bursting into tears. "And building things is supposed to be what I do best." "It's just as well we're here then," said Ralph. "Yes," said Alice. "Where can we start?" "Don't bother," said Winston. "I'll never build it." "Nonsense," insisted Alice. "All you need is a little bit of help." Alice sorted through the small pieces and found the right ones. Ralph carried the large bits to wherever they were needed. And after a while, Winston got up and started building, which, after all, was what he did best. They worked all day, bang, bang, and all night. And bit by bit, piece by piece, they put it together. And it was done. "You see, Winston," said Ralph as they zoomed upwards, "building things really is what you do best." "But I couldn't have done it without your help," said Winston. "Well," laughed Alice, and she winked at Ralph. "Helping is what friends do best." And that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you remember that in September it's okay to ask for help if you need it too. See you soon. Bye bye.